Hey YouTube, so my name is Christabel and I just wanted to make a quick video about my experience having had a bilateral orchiectomy surgery here in South Africa. So I had found out about the surgery whilst I was in counseling. My psychologist mentioned that it was something that I could possibly do. So after having done research, I found a doctor and we scheduled the surgery. We scheduled the surgery for the following year, but I kept having to postpone it because of financial issues at the time. I eventually decided to have the surgery, and that was March of last year. I remember being very, I was in 2 minds about the whole surgery because on the one hand, yes, I wanted to have the surgery, but I was just scared that it wasn't going to fix or resolve or help any of the issues that I was currently facing. And I was scared that, I'll have the surgery and I'll go on hormone replacement therapy. And still, after having done all of that, I won't be read as female. I won't pass. I'll still be clocky. And that was a real concern of mine. But, I decided to eventually bite the bullet. So I had the surgery in another city. I had to get on a bus to get to Port Elizabeth. I missed the first bus, so I had to take a second bus, which kind of fucked up my schedule. It meant that I would have to basically, as soon as I got to Port Elizabeth, get off at the hospital and have the surgery straight after I'd gotten there. Now, the bus ride was about 10 hours. Got to Port Elizabeth, immediately got an Uber, got to the hospital, and I'm running, I'm frantic. I get there, I make it on time, and I went to go speak to the receptionist because we'd spoken telephonically before. So, I told her, I'm Christabel, and we'd spoken telephonically, and we were emailing each other back and forth, and I'm scheduled to have the bilateral orchiectomy surgery. This woman looks at me and she's all like, okay, well, do you have your resume? And I'm like, no, why would I need my resume? And she's like, well, all of the cleaning ladies need to bring in their resumes before I send them through to sister so-and-so. And I'm like, no, honey. I'm not here looking for janitorial work. I'm here to have a surgery. Anyways, so I get ready for the surgery, and the rest of the hospital staff was pretty great. The nurse was amazing. The anesthesiologist was wonderful. My doctor actually performing the surgery was a massive douche. He was, and probably still is, such a knobhead. He totally is. But, it is what it is. I just wanted to get the surgery done. I'd encourage you guys, if you are going to have this type of surgery or any other kind of surgery, just trust your gut instinct when it comes to the doctor that you choose. I just wanted to do this so bad. I didn't really care if he was friendly or nice or whatever. But I have the surgery, and before I actually went down, as the anesthesia was, numbing me out, I kept repeating to myself that my body restores itself to its natural state of good health. And I think it's so important that you use affirmations. I know they worked for me because when I woke up, I basically had no pain. It was so strange. I got up and I waited for the doctor. He never came. He never came to tell me how the surgery went. But I waited, and I realized he wasn't going to come, so I started doing my hair. I started doing my makeup. I did all of that because, I didn't want to, like, get out of the, out of the hospital looking like I just come back from the war. So, I came out looking sleek, looking good, but as soon as I started walking, I think that's when all of the medicine started to die down and all of the painkillers started to wear off. Because it felt like, and I wouldn't describe it as pain per se, it was more like a hot flash, like a very, very intense hot flash. So, and I just felt like so dizzy. It was so crazy. So I had like a couple of glasses of water and I had to sit down. So I ordered my Uber. My Uber came and I went to go pick up my friend. And as soon as I saw her, jumped out of the Uber, wrapped my arms around her. I was so happy to see her. And she's just like, bitch, you had a surgery. Like, did you even have the surgery? Because you look great. So in terms of pain, like if you're afraid that you're going to have a lot of pain, I can tell you from my experience, my pain levels were at about 3. Now, the following days, if I didn't take my medication, I remember my pain level would go to about a 5, but it was never anything unbearable. What was kind of weird though, because I had the surgery and I was, like up and down, like I even went to a party. I was up and down and my friend was kind of like, are you sure they did the surgery? Like, are you sure that it went 100% well? And the thing is, I wasn't. And that started to play in my mind because I was so, like fit and okay that I was kind of like, oh, well, shit, what if I didn't have the surgery? And, they just made an incision and whatever. Because I was really swollen down there. Like, I was really, really swollen. So I get back to Cape Town, where I'm from, and this really started to play on me because I was still swollen and I didn't know what the fuck went on. I get an invoice, and in the invoice it said, on this scheduled date you had the orchiectomy, and I was like, what is an orchiectomy? I specifically stated numerous times in emails, telephonically, that I needed to get the bilateral orchiectomy. I tried Googling orchiectomy, and this one definition basically said when you remove one of the testicles, and I was like, oh my soul. Because the thing is, if you remove only one of the testicles, the second testicle, well, the one that's remaining, works on overdrive, meaning the same level of testosterone that your body was producing with 2 testicles, it can produce like with just the one. So it was kind of like there was no point in me having the surgery. And I just like sunk, like I had no one to talk to, I had no one to ask advice from because no one else had done this that I knew of, and there wasn't that much stuff on the internet. And here I was freaking out. It was like my first major surgery. And like, I thought about contacting the doctor, suing the doctor, all of these things. But this guy is like, he's like this rich doctor. And I'm like, like I wouldn't say no money, but I was pretty broke. So I was like, what am I going to do? Now, as the weeks continued on, the swelling did go down. The swelling definitely went down, and once I could really feel there, I could feel that the testicles had both been removed. So once you have the surgery, if that's what you're thinking of doing, if you still see swelling there, if the pain is very, very minimal, don't freak out. just wait until the healing process has completed, or at least the first stage. Because after, I would say after 2 weeks or 3 weeks from the surgery, I was fine and I could feel everything. And definitely by a month, I could definitely confirm that the surgery had been done. So if you are wanting to do this, I just wish you only the best. It's been such a blessing in my life, and my body's changed so much. I'm so grateful that I've had this surgery. And if it's for you, all the best. If it's not for you, I hope that I could have educated you a little bit. But I just want to bless you on your journey, and I wish you all the best. Take care.